Hi, Aries. It's Jeffrey. It's right color. This is the reading. This is your reading for 2025. This is such a boring background. There. I have another background, but the light is behind me and it's just strange. Be in your center. This is for January 2025. All right. Strength, great card. The Seven of Cups and the Two of Wands. Okay, so for me, it's like a little story. This is about being brave and being strong and being courageous and kind of taming yourself and focusing yourself. Um, and it's like, don't get confused. It's very easy these days to get really confused. There's so much, I mean, this thing just keeps on going on and on, and join this, and it's $5 a month, and you really need this. It's like, focus, focus on what's new, on where the new opportunities are, right? Focus on when the new opportunity. This is already growing. Let it grow, right? And now I'm going to move into something new. But don't get, I mean, it's easier said than done. I have to really focus myself too, because the world we live in, it never ends, never ends. It's like I'm getting all this information from all over the world, and half of it is like none of my business. And the other half is like, well, what am I supposed to do with this information? So, iced coffee. Yeah, take hold of the situation. Be practical, be solid, be in charge, be practical. And this is you. This is the court of Aries. Um, and he's almost, he's kind of the dad. He's kind of the dad. So, it's like you need to be your own dad saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. You know, very, I don't want to say rigid. I want to, well, focused, focused. Uh, to establish something. I'm really solid. I'm really stable. I'm really practical. When I say I mean you. And then get to work. And then get to work. And don't let anything distract you from your work. There's a real energy of focus here. There's a real energy of focus here. Yeah, because you have new ideas. It feels new. Feels like something new, something fresh. It could be, something you've already done, but in a fresh way, but it feels new because, this is a page and this is Archangel Michael messages. And, this is a two. So it's the beginning. This is really about being focused, taming yourself. It's very easy to get distracted. And, I really think it's the way we live now. So it's like get off the phone, get off the computer. You want to accomplish something, then get busy accomplishing it. Half these readings, doing for myself too. Yeah, because that's where the abundance and the freedom and the nourishment is. And this is like spiritual support. This is the best card in the deck. This is like spiritual support. It's like like the sun will shine on the garden you plant, so to speak. So it's about abundance and freedom and joy and happiness and, you know, uh, to change your luck, basically. It's also, okay, there are a couple of, there's a lot going on in this card. It's a 10, so there's a completion of something. This is like the wheel of karma, the wheel of destiny that keeps going round and round. And generally, it's toward, you're moving forward in a more beneficial way. Okay. The thing is, it's really about being in the center and not being on the end, so you fly away. And it's orange, right? And I know it's not orange, but it is. This is about the sacral center. This is about creativity. It's about creativity. Like start afresh and keep it to yourself. And keep it to yourself. Because sometimes when we run around telling everyone what we're going to do, either they take the idea or they start telling other people about the idea, or it's like, just keep it to yourself. Be really practical. It's like, okay, I want to learn how to make furniture. When I say I mean you, I want to learn how to make furniture, just for an example. I went to someone's house a million years ago and he had this really nice dining room table. I said, oh, that's a really nice table. He was like, I made it. I'm like, really? And it was so professional. So you want to go make furniture, do your research, look at what kind of wood you want, decide on the size, and go and do what you need to do. Oh, I'm going to tell everyone, oh, and how's that table going? Let's say you took a day off, right? Or 2 days off or whatever. Then, if you're like, oh, like, just uh, and also this is also like um kind of like be careful with the money. So let's say you do want to go buy, I'll give you an example. I went to fashion school, right? And I studied menswear. We had to make a men's suitwear jacket. And people went and bought the most expensive fabric and plaid, which is really complicated and uses more fabric because everything has to line up. I mean, it should, but the way clothes are made today, you're lucky you get the same fabric. And it was like just buy the worst wool you can find. I mean, it's not going to be good enough to wear. It took us, I don't know, 100 hours, 120 hours. It was like they just wanted us to learn the stitches. It's like to make a really good one, it takes years. It's not going to happen on your first try. So, like, let's say you do want to make some furniture. Maybe make it a miniature first. Don't go and buy the most expensive wood, right? Got me? Yeah. And through this, it feels like through that, this came up for the collective too. Through that, you're going to meet like-minded people. Like maybe you take a class of how to make furniture, and there are some people in the class, they're like, yeah, I was thinking about making furniture too. And they're like, oh, I'm going to make a bookshelf, or I'm going to make a, not a bookshelf, I don't know, a side table. Like, oh, how did you do that? Oh, yeah, well, I took it before and I thought I could actually put metal on it. And, it's going to be like this whole, because when you dive into what you really want to do, like the right people sort of show up. So, I go to these language exchange. And last week, I met somebody, he's a poet. And it's really nice to meet another artist and be able to talk about that, about what inspires us, about, what influences us, instead of, I don't know, a conversation I'm not really interested in. Look, the Empress is here. Really nice. Wow. You got a lot of big cards. There's a lot going on here. This is going to be like the beginning of something really new and really, I don't know, abundant, and it's kind of big. I mean, the Empress is really the card. Strength is a great card. The Sun is a great card. The Empress is a great card. The Empress is really about flow. She's really about flow, creativity, artistic inspiration, fertility, giving birth to something. She's pregnant. She's giving birth to something. And it's like giving birth to a new project, giving birth to a new sense of strength, giving birth to something completely new. Just, just a really exciting reading, actually. Okay. Yeah, you've thought about it long enough. Because this one is like recuperating and kind of like stability of thought. And it's like, I kind of see it in my mind's eye. Maybe I've meditated on it or etc., daydreamed about it. And it's like, okay, now it's time. And interestingly, we have 3 fours. Fours are about the physical world. Fours are about being solid. Think of a cube or a square. It's about being solid and stable in this plane, in this life, at this time. That's what fours are really about. And you have the Emperor, which is you. You have the 4 of coins, which is in the physical world, and the 4 of swords, which is the mental understanding. So it's like, this is something that can become very it's something physical in the physical world, but could it become it kind of makes you feel solid, you know. Really nice, really nice. Okay. I'm going to start here. I always start at a different place. The community that you're searching for is somewhere new, not in the past. So don't get deluded by like some fantasy. Gather up your strength and your courage and focus and take charge. Get to work with the new ideas that are fertile, that you've been contemplating. Keep it to yourself so that you can ignite your creativity and give birth to something new that's full of abundance. It's really a nice reading. Wow. All right. I'm offering readings, for the year. And, also if you have one question, if you want to do a half-hour reading, an hour reading, and I have meditations available. Nancy and I are going to be starting the classes again soon. And I think I'm gonna do it on Patreon. On Patreon, I'm gonna start doing like a really deep dive into the symbolism of the tarot. I'm gonna have to get some really cute little occult outfit with like um, wizard's hat. Maybe not. So I have to put it together first thing here, and then it's the first time I announced it. All right. Blessings. Happy January. Happy New Year if you're watching it before the new year. Bye.